Give the freedom is the mantra. Tra means to give freedom or to deliver oneself. So mantra is a Sanskrit sound vibration which delivers or frees our mind from a lot of stress or anxiety or there are so many hidden dirt in our mind. Our mind is full of good and bad. Is that right? Or all good? What do you think? We have both sides of the coin, right? Good and bad. So if you want to clean any particular room, what do you need? You need either a broom or a vacuum cleaner. Is that right? So what does a broom do? Broom also will clean, but it will clean slowly. But a vacuum cleaner will suck everything fast. So this mantra is a vacuum cleaner. This is Maha Mantra. It's like a rapid, fast-acting mantra. There are mantras and there is called Maha Mantra. Mantra is like regular, little slowly. But Maha Mantra is very fast acting. So this Maha Mantra cleans your mind with the dirt. And the dirt is accumulated on our mind for long time. Hare Krishna. Our mind, when we die, what happens is that our life, this body has a limited lifespan. Everybody's body has a lifespan. Is that correct? Or am I wrong? Somebody lives for 100 years, somebody lives for 80 years, somebody for 50 years. Everybody has different duration. But when this body is finished, then what happens? What is next? What is next when the body is finished?
Soul will depart
Where?
for Vaikuntha.
Are you sure? Because all souls have that fortune to go to Vaikuntha? That is called reincarnation. So, when this body is finished, then you have to take another birth. That is compulsory. Now, some people are fortunate to go to Vaikuntha, but that are very few. Very few. Point not 1%. Remaining all of us stay here. We all have to come back again and again and again in the different forms of life. So, when our body is finished, then the soul, along with the mind, we all have a mind. Only thing is that we don't know where is mind in our body. Because mind is very subtle. Subtle means you cannot see it with any microscope. You cannot see the mind. You cannot see the Atma. And you cannot see intelligence also. These are subtle things, very small things. So when our body is finished, then the soul, along with the mind and intelligence, it goes to the another body, which is called as reincarnation. And we all have reincarnated. There are many scientific experiments which will tell you that we have been incarnating for millions and millions of years. You had a past life. In the past life also, like say you are 25 years old, for example, you might be younger also. But then 26 years ago, you had a different body. Is that right? And at that time also, you had a father, you had a mother. Maybe you were human, you were animal, you don't know. Actually, you know it, but you don't remember it at this time. But there is a process by which we can tap into your past life, which is called as hypnosis. There are people who do hypnotism, and we can tap into the past life. Anyhow, Hare Krishna, welcome. Nice to see you. Please come, have a seat. Have a seat. So, our mind travels from one body to another body. So, when we are finished, what will happen? Reincarnation. And we'll go to another body. But when we go to another body, we take our Atma along with the mind and intelligence to the next body. So, whatever is impression on this mind in this life, it comes with us for the next life. actually. So our mind has been carrying these impressions life after life after life. So what mind we all are carrying at this time, the same mind was there in previous life in the form of an animal also. I might be an insect in my previous life, maybe a small ant who lived for like 5 days and died. So at that time also I had a mind. All the animals have a mind, you know that, right? So that mind has accumulated the dirt. And what is that dirt in the form of? Dirt is in the form of anger, dirt is in the form of a greed, dirt in this form of enviness, dirt in the form of madness. Do you become mad with anyone? Angry with anyone? Greedy? Are you greedy? Of course, we all are, right? We all have this tendency. Nobody can say that he is 100% or she is 100% pure because we all have plus and minus. Is that right? So, if we really want to clean ourselves with that dirt which is accumulated for millions of years, suppose this room is filled with the dirt and it's never been cleaned for like 100 years, then what will happen? You will need a very high capacity machine to clean this because it has not been cleaned for so many years. Imagine your mind which has not been cleaned for millions of years, millions or trillions or billions, we don't know how many years. So we need a very powerful mantra, and that is this mantra called as Maha Mantra. This mantra is derived from an Upanishad, Kali Santarva Upanishad. And in this Upanishad, it is mentioned that this mantra is for the Kali Yuga. This current age is called Kali Yuga. The Upanishad is written for the age of Kali, thousands of years back by Maharishi Vedvyas. And in this mantra is derived where it mentions that if you chant this mantra, then your mind will become peaceful, it will become stress free, and it will help you to overcome all your problems. So this mantra is very simple. It is combinations of three words, Hare, Krishna and Rama, and they are repeated in a sequence for 16 number of times. How many times? 16. So it says Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a medicine for Kali Yuga. Hmm? Now any medicine you have to take according to prescription of a pharmacist or a doctor. Whom do you believe? Pharmacist or doctor? Pharmacist? A doctor. You have to take a. So Maharshi Vedvyas has prescribed that you can chant this mantra. But for this medicine, there is no rule and regulation actually. So Maharshi Vedvyas ji written this mantra for Kali Yuga, and there is no rule and regulation. What does that mean? That you can chant this mantra any time of the day. You can chant without taking shower or with taking shower, after taking shower. You can chant it after taking food or before taking the food. You can chant this mantra even morning or evening or night time, does not matter. As long as you chant this mantra, it will have its effect. And it will give you that relaxation feel. It will deliver your mind from this everyday stress. So it is recommended that we should spend some time of the day for the meditation process. Our mind needs the training. As our muscles needs the training, mind is also a muscle actually, right? So if you don't train the muscle, what happens? The muscles become weak. Similarly, if you don't train the mind, then mind becomes out of control actually. And when the mind becomes out of control, it undergoes a process which is called as stress. So to relieve the mind from the stress, this exercise is recommended every day where we chant this mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, every single day. So how do you chant? Let's chant it together. Everybody wants to chant with me? Okay, just sit straight, neck in the line with the back. Keep your eyes closed. And this mantra we all will chant together loudly. And when we are chanting, we're going to focus on the sound vibration. Every word we are going to hear. Just have a feel of it. How do you feel like that? Okay. So close your eyes. Sit straight, neck in the line with the back, and let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you. You can open your eyes slowly. So this is the Maha Mantra, which is recommended for the age, and it is recommended that we should all try our best to give at least 5 minutes of the daytime. So if in 24 hours, can we give 5 minutes for the mind? Yes? Yeah, we should be kind to ourselves, right? So if you are really kind, it's called self-care. Self-care means we care for everyone, but we don't care for ourselves. We care for our friend, our family. But how about ourselves? We have to care for the mind also. Because if you don't care of the mind, then mind will not care for you. And then your mind will go crazy. That is why people get depression, people get anxiety, people get blood pressure, heart disease, so many problems because the mind is out of control. The same thing happened 5,000 years ago. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there was a great warrior. His name was Arjuna. Arjuna was a great, great fighter. He was so much powerful that one time he had a fight with Lord Shiva, and he almost defeated Lord Shiva. Actually, he single-handedly defeated the entire army of Kauravas once upon a time. Such a great fighter in the battlefield of Kurukshetra got depressed. His mind went out of his control, and he started crying on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, requesting Lord Krishna, Hey Krishna, Hey Madhava, Hey Madhusudana, Hey Govinda, I cannot stand here. My legs are shivering. I cannot speak any words now. So I can, and then drops down his bow and arrow and he says that Govinda, I'm not going to fight. So such a great fighter got depression. And why? Because his mind, he lost his mind. His mind controlled himself. Rather than he controlling the mind started controlling him. In our life also, many times the situation comes when mind starts controlling you. Has it ever happened with you? When your mind becomes powerful than you? How does it feel like that? Well, can you give me can you share me any of your life examples, any of you actually, where your mind becomes powerful than you? Has that ever happened?
We get to fight with somebody.
No, like say for example, you're sitting and your mind is reeling. Uh, for example, like your exams are coming tomorrow in few days, and your mind wants to do something else. For example, watching video or going for outing with a friend. You know that tomorrow is an exam, right? We should not be doing that. But your mind becomes so much powerful. Many times the people who take drugs or take alcohol or they smoke, their mind tells them, their intelligence tells them that don't do this. It's not good. But mind becomes powerful. So the same thing happened with Arjuna, that Arjuna's mind became so powerful that he lost the control of his mind. And he said that I'm not going to perform my duty. People go crazy when they cannot control their mind. And that point is there for everyone. We all can become crazy. Is that correct? Actually, it's just we all are crazy to some small extent. It's just the intensity of craziness which is difference between us and the real crazy people. Otherwise, we are also crazy, right? So then, Lord Krishna taught Arjuna how to control the mind and how to control the life. That is what all about Bhagavad Gita is about. Bhagavad Gita teaches you how to be self-sustaining, self-controlling, self-control. How to keep your life in your control. Sometimes the life tends to be out of the control. Sometimes somebody else takes the decisions for you. Is that right? And that somebody else is nothing but the impressions on the mind. So Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna how to be a good person, how to be the self-sustaining person. So in Bhagavad Gita, there are total 12 chapters, and we are currently reading chapter number 12. Last week started with the chapter number 12, and we are learning some wonderful qualities of a bhakta or a devotee. Uh, so the devotees have all the good qualities. The devotee means one who follows the instructions of Krishna from Bhagavad Gita. So if we really read Bhagavad Gita very nicely, and if we follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then some of the good qualities which will develop in us are mentioned in these slokas. And some of the qualities we learned last week. So Lord Krishna speaks to Arjuna about some of the qualities. And he says to Arjuna, Advaishta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara Samadukha Sukha Kshami Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmamo Nirahankara Samadukha Sukha Kshami. So here Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, my devotees have some of these qualities, who are the people who follow the instructions of Krishna, and people who have this quality, they are very dear to Lord Krishna. So what are those qualities which are dear? So Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha. Advaishta means not envious. So the devotees of the Lord are not envious of any living entity, and they are kind to everybody. Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam. So no enviness to anyone. And kind and Maitra. Maitra means friendly. Right? So people who are very kind, very compassionate, non-envious, as well as nirmamo. Nirmamo means do not think that they are the owner or a proprietor. No ahankara. Ahankara means false ego. And sama dukkha sukha, equal in both happiness and distress. And kshami means they are tolerant or forgiving. So these are some of the qualities which are there in the devotees of Lord. Advaishta. First one is Advaishta. So enviness. So what is enviness? Enviness means Enviness means that you have something and somebody has something better than what you have. So then you say, oh, how come he is having something better than what I have? It's a type of a inferiority complex or low self-esteem. You understand self-esteem? You have very less self-confidence, so you are envious of others. Huh? So why not me? Why them? Or why he? Or why she? Like that. So this is called as enviness. Enviness is like a ill will. You feel bad that he has something better than me. Somebody has a better house, somebody has a better car. Then we feel, oh, he has, how come she is not eligible for that, or he is not eligible, how he is getting. So people start talking about it behind the back. So that is called as enviness. There was a demon, his name was Hiranyakashipu. You know the story of Hiranyakashipu? You know that? Hiranyakashipu was a great demon, and he was envious that how come Lord Vishnu is being worshipped? I should be worshipped. So he started killing anyone and everyone who started chanting the Vishnu's name, including his own son, whose name is Prahlad. So that is the height of enviness. So there are two types of enviness. One is benign. We call it benign is non-harmful. Enviness is there, but it's not harmful. You just talk or. But there is another type of enviness called malicious enviness, where you kill someone or you harm someone. That's called. So everything starts small and then it becomes big, right? So once you have a small enviness and then you say something and then you talk and then you hit and then next stage, right? So that's how the things start, right? So this Hiranyakashipu had a very bad enviness with Lord Vishnu. So he started killing his own son like that. So everybody has enviness, but our enviness is very tiny. While Hiranyakashipu's enviness was very, very big. They want to get what others have, you know. So we always are not happy with what we have and we want to get others what. And then in doing that, we also try to pull others down also. Is that right? So that is called as the enviness. And what happens when enviness is there? Then it creates a sort of an anger. When you are envious, when you don't get what you want, then you become angry. And when you are angry, then what happens next? You become mad. And then you say something which you should not be saying, you do something which you should not be doing, and then you commit offense or sinful activity, right? So that is what it is, huh? Enviness. So, how do we become non envious? Huh? How do we become non envious? How do we give up the enviness? If suppose we have enviness with somebody, what is the next step? What should we be doing? Have you got enviness with someone? Of course, yes. Yes. So what should we do when the thought of enviness comes in my mind? First of all, you dissociate yourself with the thought. I am not my thought. That is the first step. As soon as some negative thought it comes in your mind, you say, this is not me. This is just a thought passing from my mind. When somebody says something, you just say, this is just a thought passing. I am not with that thought. So you dissociate yourself from the thought of enviness actually. Because everything starts with the seed.
It comes from awareness.
Not necessarily. It comes from us to other person also. You never know. Right? So we never blame others. Take the responsibility and just distance yourself from that thought. Oh, that thought is entering in my mind, but I am not that thought. I am a spirit soul. I am part and parcel of Krishna. How can I think bad about others? And still, if you have that thought of enviness, then you replace it by a positive thought. Suppose I have enviness towards you. What is your name, sir? Tanishk. Okay, so I have enviness for Tanishk. But then Tanishk also has some good qualities. He has some bad qualities, good qualities. So what do? I start focusing on his good qualities. And all the good qualities. Hare Krishna, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I start focusing on the good qualities of Tanishq. I said, oh, he's such a nice person, he's intelligent, he's genius. What are the good qualities you have? And then what will happen? The good thing will blow. Whatever you focus, it grows. Is that right? If I focus on your negative qualities, then the negative will grow. If I focus on your positive qualities, the positive will grow. So we start focusing on the good things of others, right? And then also we become compassionate for others. And also try to avoid association with people who are too much materialistic. You understand materialistic? Like people who are too much into or associating with even not people, media also. Like social media, which has too much of enviness. Usually, like social media is enviness, right? Most of the time, they post something about others or something like that. So we should avoid all those things and try to associate with the people who are kind and compassionate. Uh, It is the association which can make you or break you, correct? So you have to be very kind and very compassionate about the association. So try to associate with devotees, right? So then Lord Krishna says that Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha. Maitra means friendly. We should have a friendly nature with everyone, which means that should not be very bossy nature, you know. Even though you might have some good qualities, you try to be as friendly as possible. And then Karuna. What is Karuna means? Kindness, right? So what is the kindness? So kindness is a quality by which you become a little friendly, which is generous. You help others. You know, if you have something more, what do? You give to someone who needs it. Huh? Do you think you have something more than what you need? Of course, we all have something more than what we need. For example, say food. We have little more food than we have. I need only two rotis and I have three rotis. I will give one roti to someone who needs it. Or I have $10 and I just need $5. So I will use $5 for somebody, you know. Or I have 24 hours and I just need 12 hours. I will use another 12 hours for helping others. You can use time, you can have use your intelligence also to help others, right? If you have little more intelligence, what do? You find a friend who needs help. And so you need help in homework, I can help you. That is called as, what is that called as? Kindness. Say somebody is entering and you hold the door for them. It's kindness. Huh? Kindness is somebody helps you. What do you do next? You say thank you to them. That is kindness. Huh? So kindness can be expressed in variety of ways. Through words also you can express kindness. Through your actions also you can express kindness. Through your behavior. Huh? So many ways you can express kindness. Have you done any kind work today? Sorry, I forgot your name. Pooja. Have you done anything kind today? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Have you done anything kind work today?
Yeah, in the morning I made breakfast for all my relatives.
Very nice. You see that there you go, kindness, right? Kindness flows everywhere, right? No, kindness is a contagious. They say kindness goes long way. How does that go long way? So you cook for somebody, then what will happen the next day? Somebody else will cook for someone. Oh, I remember Pooja cooked for us, so let's do cooking for somebody else. You see? Now you don't cook for somebody, then what happens? Oh, that negativity spreads. Oh, she didn't help, so we are going to help, and then everything cycle starts there. So that's why Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Maitra Karuna Evacha. Maitra Karuna means kindness. So when you are friendly, when you are kind, when you are not envious, then you are loved by everybody. Actually, if you want to be the of person of like a central attraction, you should have these qualities. You know, person who is loved by everybody is the person is called it's called Blue Eye Boy. Blue Eye Boy is Lord Krishna, who is loved by everybody. Why Krishna is loved by everybody? Because Krishna is very kind, very compassionate, very friendly, very loving. You see? So these are some of the qualities. If we try to imbibe these qualities, then there is no way we will be losing our battle. Always will be victorious. Why? Because everything is with us. So Maitra Karuna. Karuna means quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Hmm?
Like
What is the difference between being kind and being nice?
Guru Maharaj.
Huh? You can be very nice also, and you can be very kind also. What is the difference? So when you are nice by say words or behavior. But when you are kind, you go beyond niceness. You do something. You give something. So kindness needs more than being nice. Huh?
Like our Guru Maharaj.
Ah. So Maitra Karuna eva cha. And then Lord Krishna says further, Nirmama. Nirmama means no sense of proprietorship. So Nirmama Nir Ahankara. So these are some of the good qualities we should all look for it. So how can I develop this quality? So first quality is not being envious, then friendly, then kind, then Nir Ahankara, no proprietorship, which means that sometimes we have too much. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Hmm? But when you say proprietor means you are the owner. Hmm? Sometimes it is required to claim the proprietorship in the legal term, like you have a house or a bungalow. Yes, you need a legal documents. But in small things, if we start mine, then people become very conscious of it. You know? So that creates a problem, right? So uh, ultimately, whatever we have is because of this body. You understand this? Like say I have my name. My name is so and so. But that name is for this body actually. Atma has no name. Does your Atma has any name? No name. Because your name can change actually. People's name change after the marriage. uh, or after certain legal things, the name changes. So name has, what is the value of the name? There are millions of people of same first name and last name as my name. Like my name is Prashant Tejani. If you Google it, I will find like 5,000 people on Facebook itself with the name Prashant Tejani. What is big about my name?
No sense of
Not a big name.
no sense of character.
People are so much crazy about the name. Huh? So, but name has little value because your name, if you Google, what's your name? You said uh, Tarash. What is the last name? Tarash. Tarash Sharma. Hare Krishna, Betu. Have a seat. How are you? Feeling better? Good, good, good. So your name is Vrisha Badal Shah, correct? Very nice. So if you Google Vrisha Shah, then how many Vrisha Shah will show up? Maybe 5,000 of the same name actually. What is your name? Pooja. What is last name? Pooja Sharma. Now, if you Google Pooja Sharma, there will be like a 100,000 Pooja Sharma probably. It's a very common name actually. So, what is so big about the name, right?
The character should be the same, but no
So,
sense of proprietorship.
proprietorship is that you attach with the name and then you attach. So, anything belongs to me is with my name. You write Pooja Sharma on this book. Oh, what is this Pooja Sharma? Then another Pooja Sharma come and take the book. Doesn't matter. So we are so much attached to our name, fame, beauty, power. We think that, oh, I'm looking so beautiful today. But after maybe 20 years, your beauty has disappeared, gone. There are so many film actors and actresses who were very beautiful like 30, 40 years back, and now they're very old. Is that right? Have you seen some pictures like that? Huh? Some very beautiful number one heroine of that particular time, like say maybe in 60s, she might be the best. But now they are very old. So what is so good about the beauty? Nothing, right? Nothing, nothing. So Lord Krishna is saying, Hare Krishna, welcome, welcome. Hare Krishna, Betu. So Lord Krishna is saying, Nirmamo Nirahankara. So understanding that whatever is associated with us is temporary, right? I am not the proprietor. Nirahankara means no ego, right? Sometimes you have too much ego. Ego is compared with a balloon, right? Here. Ego is compared to the balloon. Ego means what? What does ego mean? Last time we said, ego is a Latin word for I. You remember? Yes, very good. So what happens when you put too much air in the balloon? It pops. Very nice. So more you pump your ego, what happens? One day it is going to pop, right? And then you will be depressed. Hmm? So more you want to honor, prestige, name, fame, what happens? You are pumping your ego. Right? More you proud, more you pump your ego. Then what happens? One day somebody put a little needle and then if balloon does not have too much air, and it's very difficult to puncture the balloon. Is that correct? But if you have too much air, then a little puncture is enough. Little small. So more ego you have, the more chances of you dropping down are higher actually. Is that correct? And what is ego? Ego is all about thinking that I should be respected, I should be honored, people should listen to me, my name should be there everywhere, and they should, when I come here, everybody should recognize me or something like that. If you go to somebody's house and somebody doesn't treat you properly, then your ego gets hurt. You right? Does that happen with you, Pooja? It happens with all of us because we all have ego. Nobody can say I'm egoless. If somebody says that, then that is wrong. But the only thing is we should not pump it too much. Try to deflate it a little bit. How do you remove your air from the balloon? You release that opening and then the ego will release. So how do you release the ego? You start remembering that, hey Krishna, I am your servant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when you chant this mantra, literally this meaning of the mantra is that, hey Krishna, hey Rama, I am your servant, and can you please allow me to serve you? When you become a servant, what happens? Your ego is deflated because the servant is a lower. Who is higher? Master. Right? Everybody wants to be master. That is why ego pumps up higher. But when you say Krishna, I am your servant, then your ego is deflated immediately. So that's why in our Srila Prabhupada ji, our Acharya, he trained all of us that when we meet someone, we call him Prabhu. Prabhu means master. So I say, Prabhu, how can I serve you? Prabhuji, how can I serve you? So like that. So that means that we are all serving each other. We are servants of each other. Right? So more we serve others, more our ego gets deflated. And more we take seva, our ego pumps up. And then one day the balloon will burst, break open. And when balloon bursts, when ego breaks, what happens? You become angry. We fight with each other. Because people who fight with each other, like politicians have big ego. You know that? All politicians have, what is that balloon? Like a million times inflated balloon. You just try to say something bad to some politician, they will come and kick you. They'll send the goons to hit you because their balloon is very high, deflated, right? So that is what it is. So we deflate the ego. How do you deflate the ego? How do you deflate it? By chanting the mantra. What mantra you chant? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, Nirmamo Nirahankara, Sama Sukha Dukha, equal in happiness and distress. Sama Dukha Sukha. So whatever happens, if the good times comes, what do we do? When good times come, what do? You celebrate a party, right? Throw the party, invite everybody. Oh, I got a new house, I got a new job, I got something best thing happening in my life, and then you celebrate. And when bad times happen, what do? You cry and you whatever you do. Some people bad times come, then they take some medicines or alcohol, whatever they have to do. So, but the devotees of Lord, when we are surrendered to Krishna, what happens? When the good time comes, they come to temple and they say, Krishna, thank you so much for giving whatever you have given us. So, how do you thank every day to Krishna? Do you thank Krishna every day? Yeah? How do you thank? So you say to Krishna when you get up, Krishna, thank you so much for giving me another beautiful day. Huh? You know how many people on this planet have two eyes, normal eyes? Huh? And there are so many people on this planet who do not have eyes. They are born blind. Imagine you don't have both eyes. What will happen to your life? Your life will be miserable. Is that right? So can you buy eyes in the market? You cannot buy. Even you are a millionaire, you cannot buy. So whom do we thank every day for giving us the beautiful eyes? To Krishna. Hey Krishna, thank you so much for giving me
Yes.
beautiful eyes. Then these ears, who gave you ears? Krishna gave you ears. Who gave you this tongue? Krishna gave you tongue. So every day we thank to Krishna for giving us so many things. Who gave you sunlight? Who gave you water? Who gave you air? Can you make air in the laboratory? Can you make a sun in the laboratory? Can any of you grow grains like rice or wheat, flour, or even the apple? Can you grow apple in the laboratory? No, it's not possible. So all things are given by Krishna. So what do we do every day? We thank Krishna. So this is called Sama Sukha Dukha. So good times also we thank Krishna, and bad times, what do you do when the bad times come? You come to Krishna and say that Krishna, thank you so much. If you would not have been there, then my problems would have been multiplied. But as you are here, if my problems has to be 1000, now they are 10. Like that. So Krishna is very merciful. Hare Krishna. Welcome. So Sama, Sukha, Dukkha. So goodness also, good times also you thank Krishna, and bad times also you thank, because Krishna is very merciful. Then Kshami. Kshami means forgiving. Uh, So we have to forgive each other. We all are imperfect. Nobody is perfect here. Nobody has 100% good qualities or 100% bad qualities, right? So we don't have to be too much egoistic and blame each other like that. So Lord Krishna is saying that, hey Arjuna, one who has these qualities, what are these qualities? Is very dear to me. Advaishta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha kshami. These qualities are one who is not envious, one who is very kind, friendly, who does not think himself as a proprietor, free from false ego and equal in distress and happiness, and one who is forgiving, right? Now next part of this shloka is here. This is what we did not do last time. So here Lord Krishna further says to Arjuna, you can repeat after me. Can you all repeat after me? Huh? Let's repeat. Huh? Will you repeat? Okay. Santushtaha satatam yogi.
Santuष्टः सततं योगी
Santushtaha satatam yogi.
सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी
Yatatma dhrana nishchaya. Yatatma dhrana निश्चया यतात्मा दृढ़ निश्चया मय्या अर्पिता मनो बुद्धिर मय्या अर्पिता मनो बुद्धिर यो मद्भक्तः समे प्रियः यो मद्भक्तः समे प्रियः. Very nice. So I'll recite the whole shloka for benefit of all of us. Santushtah satatam yogi yatatma dhrana nishchaya mayyarpita mano buddhir yo mad bhaktah same priya. Priya means, what does priya means? Dear. Yes. So Lord Krishna is saying that such a devotee is very dear to me, including the qualities mentioned previously, which were Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmama Nirahankara Sukha Sama Sukha Dukha Kshami. But then further Lord Krishna says Santushta Satatam Yogi. Santushta means, what does Santushta means? Satisfied. Santushtaha. Satatam. Satatam means always. Santushta satatam. So always satisfied. What is satisfaction? What does satisfaction means to you? You know, when you eat, like say, suppose you can eat, like say, two rotis. Okay, then after that you are satisfied. You don't want to eat anymore. What is that called? Satisfaction. So after you have taken your lunch or dinner and you're fully satisfied, then if I give you more food, would you take it? You say, no, I don't want any more. Hare Krishna. So, santushtaha. Santushta means one who is satisfied. Now, our everybody's satisfaction level is different. Huh? Somebody may feel satisfied after eating 5 rotis. Somebody might be satisfied after eating 2 rotis. Somebody satisfied after eating 10 rotis. Everybody's satisfaction is different. So, what is the definition of satisfaction? What is the definition of satisfaction? You know, in the business, there is a customer satisfaction. You know that? Everywhere there is a customer satisfaction survey. So, what is satisfaction means? A sense of, I'm sorry, happiness? Very nice, actually. That is very good answer, actually. I like that answer. Uh, Satisfaction means happiness, yes, but there is a little difference between happiness and satisfaction. Huh? Always happiness is a very, very nice answer, actually. Yeah. Yeah. So, for example, like say, you are your goal is to get a job as a manager in a particular company, and now currently you are employed as a, like say, clerk or any other position. So when you get a job, when you don't have a job, and when you get a job, what happens? You become happy. But when you are not satisfied, actually, you understand the difference between happiness and satisfaction? Happiness is a transient phenomenon. You might be happy with the whatever the earning you are making now, but you will be satisfied if you make, like say, you are making $15. You're happy because you, instead of zero, you're making 15. But is that your goal? Your goal might be $100. So then your satisfaction will be when you get 100, right? So what is the difference between happiness and satisfaction? Happiness is a small step towards the satisfaction. So when you have a big goal in your life, very big goal, then how do you become satisfied? Then divide the goal into smaller segments, and then small happiness will lead to a bigger happiness, which is called as satisfaction, right? Very nice. So we should, satisfaction is the sense of fulfillment, that yes, after this I don't want anything. So everybody has different level of satisfaction. So do you know what is your satisfaction when you become satisfied? Like for example, somebody has a satisfaction of like say, I if I make $1 million, I will be satisfied, for example. But it is easier said than done because our satisfaction level changes every time. Is that right? That is why most of the people work very hard in their life and they never get satisfied or they never feel happy, because sometimes we were thinking, oh my God, if I get a PR in Canada, I will be very happy. Now, those who just came students, they might be thinking, if I get a job, I'll be very happy. Hmm? Because we always think about the happiness, we never think about satisfaction. And that is why, until the end of the life, people don't get satisfied. They work hard. Why? Because they do not know what they are looking for. You understand this? So, we all should do one thing. What is that? Why should we be satisfied in our life? Why satisfaction is important?
We have to see our graph line is straight to the right line.
Huh?
Our graph line should be straight to the upper line.
Why satisfaction matters in our life? Huh? What happens if you are not satisfied?
You fall down.
No, fall down means what? Can you explain a little bit?
If you have,
What happens when you are not satisfied?
you have a lifeline put straight away, and we in between it gets They are
Let's
unfulfilled.
see our online friends. Uh, what happens when we are not satisfied?
Desire.
When we are not satisfied, what happens?
We usually look for the satisfaction and we get sometimes get out of control.
Ah,
To
yeah,
get that thing, to achieve that thing,
yeah.
we get out of control.
Yes, that's correct actually. So when we are not satisfied, then we work left, right, and center to get satisfied. Or if our satisfaction goal is not clear, then what will happen? We'll work like a donkey without knowing that, oh, I don't know where I'm going actually, right? But if I know that, okay, I need only say $5,000 a month, and that is my satisfaction level. I do not want more than that. Then once you level achieved, then you're satisfied. It gives you a peace of mind. You understand? When you are not satisfied, then Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. When you are not satisfied, then what happens? Which is called as atrupta. Atrupta means your level of satisfaction is not determined. Then what happens? You keep on working hard and you are stressed out. You understand? Most of the people in our life, they do not know what they are looking for actually. You understand? Like say, I know that I need only two rotis to survive. So then, if I have two rotis, then if somebody gives me third roti, I said, no, I don't need it. Right? So the level of satisfaction for the food is decided. Then how about the satisfaction in others? Like say, after how much money you will be satisfied? We don't know. Do you know, Jamil bhai, how much money you need satisfied? We don't know yet, right? So that's why we are working so hard actually. We don't know what is our needs. Huh? So that is why when we are not satisfied, then we are stressed. But when you have satisfaction level, then what happens? Then you don't have stress, you are calm, very quiet, you are composed. Because now we know that our satisfaction is I don't need that much money. I just need something enough to maintain whatever I have. And that is satisfaction, right? So Lord Krishna is saying that Santushtaha Satatam Yogi. Santushta means one who is satisfied always. How can you be always satisfied? You can be always satisfied if you know what you are looking for actually. If you don't know what you're looking for, you will never be satisfied. You understand? Santushtaha Satatam Yogi. Yogi means one who knows what he is doing actually. Yatatma. Yatatma means self-controlled. So Lord Krishna is saying that Santushtaha Satatam Yogi Yatatma Dhrada Nishchaya. So one who is very controlled, very much self-controlled. So what is self-control? So Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that Arjuna, you are feeling depressed because you don't know how to control yourself. What is to be controlled in our life? What is to be controlled in our life? You said
Mind,
something. Yes, very nice. Yeah, you said thoughts, right?
name,
Yeah. So mind and
name.
no, control. Control means what is which is out of control. What is Arjuna was feeling depressed because his mind was out of control actually. So everybody needs to understand how to control, and that control is of self control means controlling your mind and controlling your senses. Mind and senses, these two things needs control. If you are driving a chariot, you're riding a chariot and this chariot is being, four or five horses are drawing they're pulling the chariot, and if the horses go mad, then your chariot will go into the ditch, right? So those senses are compared with the horses. So senses need control. So how do you control the senses? So eyes needs engagement, ears needs engagement, tongue needs engagement, right? So how do you control the senses? So Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that here Arjuna, you need to learn the self-control. And how does Lord Krishna teach Arjuna by the self-control? He gives him by examples. Huh? So Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, 50th shloka, he says, Yada kurma angani. So just like kurma means turtle. So Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, just like turtle or tortoise controls its behavior by withdrawing the limbs within the shell, similarly you should be able to control your senses. Actually, I got this video here. I posted it on my Facebook also other day when I was studying Bhagavad Gita. I came across this video. I tried to search how turtle protects itself, and this was the video. I hope this video works here. Yeah, here. Can you see that? Here the lion is trying to attack that turtle, right? And here is the turtle. And how does the lion goes very close, and then you see how the turtle do? The turtle, its shell is very hard and the limbs are very soft. Now, if the lion can catch the limbs of the turtle, then it can easily kill the turtle. Limbs and the head of the turtle are very soft, but the shell is very hard. You see, the lion is trying to kill the turtle, but the shell is so hard that is not able to do anything to the turtle. You understand that? So, Lord Krishna gives the same analogy to Arjuna. He says that, hey Arjuna, just like Yada kurmah angani, as like a kurma means turtle withdraws its limb within the shell when it is not required. Similarly, we should withdraw ourselves from negativity when we are faced with it. Do you need negativity in your life? Do you need people who say bad things about you in your life? Do you need people who criticize you in your life? Do you need the media in your life? Criticizing media, negative media. We don't need all those things, right? So we avoid using the senses when it is not required. Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna that just like tortoise withdraws its limb, you should control your senses. So when do you need the senses? You open it. When you need to hear Bhagavad Gita, keep your ears open. If somebody is saying something negative, then close the ears. Don't. When do you use your tongue? When you want to appreciate someone. Don't use the tongue to criticize someone. That is just like turtle. So Lord Krishna is saying that Yadha Kurma Angani. And then Lord Krishna gives another analogy. There are lots of nice analogies in Bhagavad Gita. Like in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives analogy of clothes to Arjuna. He says that as our clothes become old and we give up the old clothes and take up the new one, similarly, when our body becomes old, we take another body. So there is another analogy here. Lord Krishna says is Yada Kurma Angani. He gives the analogy of turtle also. There's one analogy Lord Krishna gives is for the ocean. He gives that as all the rivers enter into the ocean, but still ocean remains stable. Similarly, lots of thoughts will enter in your mind, but do not get disturbed by all the thoughts. Just observe the thought and let it go. Some good thoughts will come, some bad thoughts will come. If it is a good thought which help you to go to the Krishna, then accept the thought. If it is a bad thought, then distance yourself from the thought like that. So then Lord Krishna says that Param Drishtva Nivartate. If you want to control yourself, what do you do? Another thing? By experiencing the higher taste. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So if you want to use your senses, then use it in service of Krishna. There is a nice example of a king. His name is Ambrish. Ambrish Maharaj, you know the story of Ambrish Maharaj? Yeah, very nice. So tell me, what is the story of Ambrish Maharaj?
Ambrish Maharaj was a very good devotee of Lord Krishna.
Very good.
And
Uh-huh.
came.
Very nice.
He went to the Yamuna before eating,
Yes.
and he did not return for a long time.
Yes.
And that and where Ambrish Maharaj was gone,
Mm-hmm.
King Ambrish
Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's okay. Then Amrish Maharaj take little prasadam or water. What did he do? He drinks some water and then Durvasa Muni becomes
angry.
angry. Very nice. Big round of applause to Rishabh. Thank you, Risha. Thank you so much. You're so nice, right? So Amrish Maharaj was a great devotee of Lord, right? He was such a great devotee that he, even though he was a very big king, he fasted all Ekadashi days. Hmm? And one time, as Risha said, that when the Atithi comes, guest comes, then you treat the guest. You don't eat before the guest eats. That is the manners. But then this was the Ekadashi day. Next day, there was the Dwadashi day. On this, the Durvasa Muni came. So then the Durvasa Muni said that, okay, I will go and take a quick shower and come back. So before the Durvasa Muni came, the Dwadashi Muhurta was getting over. So Amrish Maharaj drank little water to break the fast. But then Durvasa Muni becomes angry at him. Very nice story, very good. But this Amrish Maharaj Katha, why I am telling is that this Amrish Maharaj used all his senses for service of Krishna. He had all the wealth. With the money, what you can do? You can buy happiness. Is that right? You can buy clothes, you can buy jewelry, you can buy tickets to go to Russia, wherever you want to go, America or Dubai or wherever you want to go. With the money, you can buy lots of transient happiness. Uh, But with the same money, you can serve others also. Which is better? When you serve others, what happens? That happiness is a long lasting happiness. Suppose you have money and you use that 1 lakh rupees to give somebody who needs the heart surgery and his heart is cured, and use the same money to have a picnic or a vacation. Somebody needs. So similarly, using all this for service of Krishna. Ambrish Maharaj, whatever he had, he used it for service of Krishna. So he was using his eyes not to watch movies, but he was using the eyes to see darshan of Krishna, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Ears, we usually use ears to read or hear some news or movie things, right? But the same ears you can use to hear about. With the legs, what you can do? You can walk to Krishna or come to the Krishna temple like that. So whatever the senses you have, you can use it in service of Krishna. Very nice. So that is called as param drishtva nivartate. So controlling the senses is not difficult. Ah, using them in the service of Krishna is very easy and most practical way. Somebody says that keep quiet, don't talk too much. Ah, so you can't be quiet for all the time. But you can talk only if it is required to be talked about Krishna. Right? So you, instead of taking Mauna Vrata, you just talk only about Krishna, nothing else. Right? So in this way, all the senses can be used for service of Krishna. So Lord Krishna is saying that Santushtha Satatam Yogi Yathatma Drada Nishchaya Yatatma, which means self-control, and Drada Nishchaya. What is Drada Nishchaya means? Determination. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Do you all understand determination? What is determination? What is the determination means? Determination means that you are so firmly fixed that nobody, no matter what happens, you cannot be swayed away from your task. That is called determination. Huh? So when you are determined that okay, uh, I will every day morning I will get up at, say for example, I will decide that I will get up at 5 o'clock. So no matter what happens, if you are determined, then even you sleep late, you will get up early. Because you are determined. So what is required to be determined? Who can be determined? The person who is clear in his concepts. Is that right? If you are confused, then Arjun was confused on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What happened to Arjuna? So the fight was about to begin. Here are the Kauravas, here are the Pandavas. The fight is about to begin, and then what happens? Arjuna breaks down. Why he breaks down? Because he was not clear in his plan. You understand? When you are clear in your plan, what happens? You are determined. You understand? So what is your plan? That is very important actually. So devotees of Lord are like Srila Prabhupada was very determined. He came to America with just $7 in his pocket and the volume of Bhagavatam. That's it, nothing else. But he was determined. So what was the determination of Srila Prabhupada? I want to distribute Bhagavad Gita to everyone. So what happens when you are determined? जब आपका निश्चय दृढ़ हो जाता है तो क्या होता है? तो फिर सफलता निष्फलता दृढ़ निश्चयता के ऊपर नहीं है. अगर आप दृढ़ डिटरमाइंड है तो भी निष्फलता आ सकती है, लेकिन आप अपना काम पूरा करते हैं. You take your task to the end. That's it. No matter what happens, you finish it. Positive, negative doesn't happen. Does not matter. You don't drop the ball in between. Many times we start the work and then we drop the ball. We don't finish the work. That is the Arjuna situation. Arjuna was not determined because he was not clear in his concept. So हमारे जीवन में एक निश्चय होना चाहिए. क्या निश्चय होना चाहिए? एक ऐसा निश्चय होना चाहिए कि जिससे हमें कोई भी हिला ना सके. What is that? So if we decide, okay, this life is for service of Krishna. What is that determination? What did I say? This life is for service of Krishna. That's it. That is the determination. Now if you have only one determination, क्या बताया मैंने प्रभु जी? क्या ये जीवन में भगवान कृष्ण की सेवा के लिए दे दूंगा. हाँ, अगर इतना एक लाइन का आप डिटर्मिनेशन डिसाइड करेंगे तो फिर क्या हो जाएगा? आपका रास्ता एकदम क्लियर हो जाएगा कि दिस लाइफ इज फॉर सर्विस ऑफ कृष्णा. इज दिस वन लाइन, इफ यू राइट इट ऑन अ ब्लैंक बोर्ड or wherever you want to see prominently, or maybe in your cell phone or wherever, this life is for you write this sentence. What do you write? This life is for service of Krishna. If you write that, then and you see that sentence every day, then you are determined. No matter what happens, I will do Krishna seva. So how do you do the seva of Krishna then? Then there are a variety of ways you can do. You can chant Krishna's name, you can read Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavatam, you can take Krishna Prashadam, you can take the darshan of Lord, you can decorate the Lord with a beautiful dress, you can build the temple of the Lord, you can arrange the festivals, organize events for the Lord. This life is for service of. If you decide this, no matter what happens, no matter how people criticize me, people support me, nobody support me, does not matter. Why? Because you are determined that this life is for service of Krishna. Is that right? So you have to, what is your determination of the life? Have you decided anything in your life? What is the determination by which you cannot be taken away, swayed away? You have something like that in your life? Then that is what you are looking for. Is that right? So we should all have a determination. So Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, this is your situation because you are not determined, you are not focused, you don't know what you are doing. The people who are determined, they get the success. Or success or failure doesn't matter actually. But people who are determined, they take it to the end. Srila Prabhupada, he was determined, no matter what happens, I am 65, does not matter. I will go to America and spread the message of Bhagavad Gita. He was determined. So what is the quality of a determined person? How does a determined person look like? It just looks like you and me, but what are his features? So he's firmly fixed. He cannot be swayed away. He will take the task to the end. He is result oriented or process oriented. He is the process oriented. He is not result oriented. He is going to do his work no matter what happens, right? So these are some of the qualities of a determined person. Would you like to be a determined person? Yes or no? How about you? Yeah? How about you, Prabhuji? Would you like to be a determined person or you are a determined person? You want to be. We all want to be determined person. So what is that one quality needed from all of us to be determined?
Fulfill the challenge.
How do you become determined? No, no. How do you become? What is the process of to be determined? Huh?
Fulfill the
You have to have the clear vision. What do you want to do in your life? Huh? What is that what you want, right? So to be determined, you need to have the clear vision that this life is for service of Krishna. For example, I shared my determination that no matter what happens, this life I'm not giving up the service of Krishna. This is what a determination. So no matter what happens, if I have the money or I don't have the money, what is the problem? Can you serve Krishna without money? Yes. Can you serve Krishna with money? Yes. Can you serve Krishna when you are old? Yes. Can you serve Krishna when you are young? Yes. Can you serve Krishna when you are outside? Yes. Can you serve Krishna when you are inside? Yes. Can you serve Krishna in the daytime? Yes. Can you serve Krishna in the night time? Yes. So, no matter what happens, if the good time comes or the bad time comes, I will not give up service of Krishna. That is called as, what is that called? Dhrada Nishchaya, determination. Dhrada Nishchaya means there are two times. One is Nishchaya and third is Dhrada Nishchaya. Like on January 1st, we say we'll do exercise, and then February 1st, we say I'm not doing exercise. So it doesn't work like that. What is the Dhrada Nishchaya? No matter what happens, I will do it. So this is what Lord Krishna is saying, that Santushtaha Satatam Yogi Yatatma Dhrada Nishchaya. And then Lord Krishna says further, Maya Arpita, Maya Arpita. Maya means me, Arpita means surrendered. So one who is surrendered to Krishna. What is that surrendering to Krishna? Mana Buddhi, mind and intelligence surrender to Krishna. So Lord Krishna is saying that one who is always satisfied, one who is always self-controlled, one who is Dhrada Nishchaya, one who is engaged in service of Krishna with mind and intelligence, such a person is very dear to me. So that is the shloka here. So what is the shloka says? That Santushtaha Satatam Yogi. Here is the shloka. Santushtaha Satatam Yogi Yatatma Dhrada Nishchaya Maya Arpita Manobuddhir. Arpita means अर्पण कर देना. What is अर्पण कर देना? अर्पण कर देना मीन्स दे देना भगवान को. जैसे कि मैंने भगवान के सामने कुछ अर्पण किया है आज, कुछ प्रसाद या भोग अर्पण किया है, लेकिन भाई भगवान क्या चाहते हैं? लॉर्ड, व्हाट डज कृष्णा वांट्स? व्हाट डज ही वांट यू टू अर्पण? भगवान क्या कहते हैं? मुझे क्या अर्पण करो? यहाँ क्या कहते हैं? मैया अर्पिता. क्या लिखा है आगे? मनो बुद्धि. मनो मीन्स मन मीन्स माइंड और बुद्धि यानी. तो भगवान कहते हैं कि आपको अगर मुझे कुछ अर्पण ही करना है तो लोग क्या करते हैं यूजुअली? भगवान को एक नारियल ऑफर करते हैं या फिर फ्लावर लाएंगे या फिर भगवान को चीट करेंगे. भगवान को कहेंगे मैं आपको एक नारियल दूंगा अगर आप मुझे जॉब दे देंगे $1000 की. पीपल चीट ऑल्सो कृष्णा लाइक दैट. बट व्हाट इज कृष्णा वांटिंग फ्रॉम यू? What is that? What did he say? Can you read the shloka there? Third line. What does Krishna want from you? What does Krishna want from you? Nothing. He's saying here on the third line. What is that? Mind and intelligence. So how do you give your mind to Krishna? आप अपना मन भगवान को कैसे देंगे? How do you give your mind to Krishna? Lord Krishna is saying that Maya Arpita Mano Buddhir. Give me your mind and intelligence. So how do you give your mind to Krishna? Can you remove? How do you give your mind to Krishna?
Concentrate on chanting.
हाँ?
अपने आप को उनकी सेवा में लगा
मन कैसे देंगे भगवान को?
Chanting regularly.
मन का क्या काम है?
मन को उनके
कैसे भगवान को मन कैसे लगाएंगे?
उनकी स्तुति करने
So you think about Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's stories, Krishna's paraphernalia. What color of dress Krishna is wearing today? What color of dress is Krishna wearing today? Green. Last week कौन कौन आया था मंदिर में? आप सब लोग आए थे? लास्ट वीक कौन से कलर का ड्रेस था भगवान का? नहीं याद है? नहीं याद है? हाँ? पर्पल। तो हमें सब याद रखना है, भगवान के दर्शन कैसे करते हैं? हाँ? तो व्हेन यू कम देन मन लगा के भगवान का दर्शन करना है। कैसे करेंगे भगवान का दर्शन? मन लगा के कैसे करते हैं भगवान का दर्शन? हाउ डू यू टेक द दर्शन ऑफ कृष्णा विद माइंड? So you start focusing Krishna's, like let's all focus on Krishna. Can you all look at Krishna rather than looking at me? चलिए भगवान के सामने देखते हैं, ठीक से देखिए भगवान के सामने। हाँ, तो भगवान का कौन सा पैर राइट में है, कौन सा लेफ्ट में है? भगवान का कौन सा पैर राइट में है, कौन सा लेफ्ट में है? राइट पैर लेफ्ट में है, लेफ्ट पैर राइट में है। दिख रहा है आपको? क्यों? क्योंकि भगवान बाकी बिहारी, हाँ, वो त्रिभंग मुरारी, ऐसे टेढ़े खड़े रहते ना, तो भगवान का लेग क्रॉस्ड है, वैसे देखेंगे तो आप, हाँ, सो राइट लेग इज क्रॉस्ड लाइक दिस। हाँ, देन भगवान के कहाँ कहाँ तीन मोड़ आते हैं भगवान के, त्रिभंग मुरारी। भगवान को क्यों त्रिभंग मुरारी कहते हैं? क्योंकि उनके शरीर में 3 मोड़ है। कहाँ कहाँ मोड़ है भगवान के, देखे आपने? हाँ, कहाँ पे है? तो एक उनकी डोक है, थोड़ी सी टेढ़ी है, फिर कमर टेढ़ी है और पैर भी टेढ़े हैं भगवान को, इसलिए भगवान को त्रिभंग मुरारी कहते हैं। तो भगवान को जब हम दर्शन करते हैं तो कैसे करने हैं भगवान के दर्शन? पहले चरण से करने हैं। यू स्टार्ट टेकिंग द दर्शन ऑफ लॉर्ड फ्रॉम द फीट, लोटस फीट। देन यू गो टू द वेस्ट, देन यू टेक द दर्शन ऑफ द चेस्ट, then you take the darshan of lotus feet of Lord Krishna, like that. So भगवान के दर्शन करते समय भी हमें बड़ा मन लगा के दर्शन करने हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि ऐसे ही बस आंखें बंद करके, लोग कभी कभी आंखें बंद करके दर्शन करते हैं। आंखें बंद करके आपको क्या दिखेगा? अगर भगवान खड़े हैं तो भगवान को देखना है, खोलना है, आंखें बंद करनी है। लोग ऐसे आंखें बंद करके दर्शन करेंगे, कैसे करेंगे दर्शन? हाँ, तो भगवान को हम जब ड्रेस करते हैं इतना मेहनत करके, क्यों करते हैं? कि हम भगवान को ड्रेस करें तो भगवान सुंदर दिखे। जब भगवान सुंदर दिखते हैं तो हम उनके दर्शन ही ठीक से नहीं करते। तो वी हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी, सो मन कैसे लगाना है भगवान में? तो दर्शन करते वक्त मन लगा सकते हैं। और मन कैसे लगा सकते हैं भगवान में? हाँ, मन कैसे लगा सकते हैं? भगवान की कथा पढ़ के। हाँ, यू कैन रीड पास्ट टाइम्स ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्ण फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम। फिर इंटेलिजेंस, भगवान कहते हैं बुद्धि लगाओ। How do you give your intelligence to Krishna? So you can use your intelligence in understanding the message of Bhagavad Gita, in spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita, in use your intelligence in organizing some pastimes or festivals of Krishna, right? Like that you can use. So Lord Krishna says, Yo mad bhakta same priyaha. उसका मतलब क्या है? ऐसा भक्त मुझे बहुत प्रिय है। कौन प्रिय है भगवान को? जो हमेशा संतुष्ट रहता है, जो दृढ़ निश्चय रहता है, जो अपने इंद्रियों को वश में करता है, जो मन और बुद्धि भगवान में लगाता है, वैसा भक्त भगवान को बहुत प्रिय है ना? तो ये कुछ क्वालिटीज भगवान ने अपने भक्तों के बारे में बताई है। आगे भगवान अर्जुन को कहते हैं कि यस्मान्नोद्विजते लोको लोकान्नोद्विजते चः हर्ष संसार भयोद्वेगैर् मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। तो भगवान आगे कहते हैं कि वो भक्त जो किसी और को तकलीफ में नहीं डालेगा, हाँ, यस्मात् न उद्विजते लोकः. Udvija means लोगों को तकलीफ में डालना. You do not want to put somebody else into trouble. He by whom no one is put into difficulty, and लोकात् न उद्विजते चः, who is not disturbed by anyone. तो भगवान कहते हैं कि मुझे ऐसा भक्त प्रिय है जो ना तो किसी और को डिस्टर्ब करे. कैसे हम लोगों को डिस्टर्ब कर सकते हैं? जैसे कि कोई भक्ति कर रहा है तो आप उसको क्रिटिसाइज करें कि देखो ये बहुत बड़ा भक्त हो गया है, हाँ, या फिर उसको कुछ नेगेटिव कहे उसके बारे में. सो वी शुड नॉट डिस्टर्ब एनीवन and we should not be disturbed by anyone. If somebody criticizes you, you should not worry about it. Then Lord Krishna is saying that one who is equiposed in happiness and distress, agar if good times comes, he is not disturbed. Bad times, he is not disturbed. Fear and anxiety. He does not have any fear or anxiety. Such a person is very dear to me. So we should not. Very important message here is that if you really want to be dear to Krishna, then what do? Do not disturb anyone. How do we disturb others? If somebody is doing something, let him do whatever he has to do. We do not want to. Don't tell anyone about Krishna unless and until he asks you about Krishna. Because sometimes people get irritated. They do not want to hear Bhagavad Gita. And then you tell them about Bhagavad Gita, they don't say, okay, I don't want to listen, please don't irritate me. So that is why we should be very careful when we are talking with others also.
Not waste others' time.
Don't waste others' time. So we have to be very kind to others. Then further Lord Krishna says, Yo na rishyati na dveshtati na sochati na kamshati shubha shubha parityagi bhaktiman yaha same priyaha. So one who is no yona rishyati na dveshtati, one who never takes, who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, who renounced both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. So the same thing Lord Krishna is saying again and again. In variety of words, that we should not be too much rejoicing when the good times comes, and we should not be too much depressed when bad time comes, because we have to be transcendental to all the good and bad things, because good and bad is a part and parcel of life, right? So that is what Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna. And then let's see the last sloka of this chapter, because we don't have enough time. So this is the last shloka. Lord Krishna is saying, most dear. Who is most dear to Krishna? So Lord Krishna is saying, Ye tu dharma mrutam idam yathoktam parupashate shraddhana mataparam bhaktaste ati me priyaha. Ati means very dear to me. So Lord Krishna is saying, who is very, very dear to Krishna? So Lord Krishna is saying, those who follow this path of devotional service, bhakti, ye tu dharma amritam idam, making me as the supreme goal. Mata paramaha bhaktaha. They are very, very dear to me. So one who thinks that, okay, my life is for service of Krishna. So then this person is very, very dear to him. And then Lord Krishna looks after that person very, very carefully. So he's saying here, Ye tu dharma amrutam idam yathoktam parupashate shraddha dhana mataparam. Having complete faith in Krishna and surrendering to Krishna. Such a devotee is very dear to Krishna. So in these few shlokas, we learned some of the qualities of a devotee who are very dear to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, in the translation, that one who wants to be recognized as a devotee should develop good qualifications. अगर हम भक्त बनना चाहते हैं तो अच्छे गुण भी होने चाहिए हमारे में. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ भगवान को आके माथा टेक दिया तो ठीक है, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. Some good qualities are required, and we talked about all the qualities. Those who came later, they can read Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, shloka number 13 to 20, and read those wonderful qualities. We discuss them in quite detail. But Srila Prabhupada says that if you engage in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, then all these qualities will develop in you by the process itself. The process will help you to develop good qualities. So, Krishna consciousness is such a process. If you follow it carefully, then you will develop all the qualities which we discussed. What are the good qualities we discussed? Lots of them, maybe a 20 or so. अगर आप इंडिविजुअली डेवलप करना चाहेंगे ऑल दिस क्वालिटीज संतुष्ट सततम योगी यतात्मा दृढ़ निश्चय मय्या अर्पित मनो बुद्धिर देन अद्वैष्ट सर्वभूताना मैत्र करुणा एवच निर्मम निरहंकारो सम दुख सुख क्षमी lots of qualities Lord Krishna discussed, but if you try to develop them individually it will be very hard. But if you surrender to Krishna, if you follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then you will slowly develop these qualities by itself. Actually, this is a process by itself which will help you. So Srila Prabhupada reads. Can somebody read the last sentence for me? Who wants to read the last sentence for me here on the engagement sentence? Do you want to read this last sentence? Who wants to read that? Chaitanya, you want to read loudly? Okay, read loudly for everyone.
Engagement in Krishna consciousness and devotional service automatically helps him develop these qualifications.
So if we engage in Krishna consciousness, then good qualities, you become kind automatically. How? Because you know that everybody is Krishna's servant, right? So we are all part and parcel of Krishna. You become friendly with everyone. You become compassionate to everyone. You help each other. You serve others. Your ego is very low because you know that Krishna is the ultimate master. Why should I be worried about it, right? So in this way, good times comes, you surrender to Krishna. Bad times come, you surrender to Krishna. Like that. So Krishna consciousness is all encompassing. Everything is included in it. And that is why this process is a very nice process. So you just follow this process very nicely. Okay, anybody has any questions? No questions? Any comments? Our online friends also can give some comments or questions. No? Any take home message? Let's do one message. What is the take home message for you? What did you learn today?
Just surrender to Krishna.
Very nice. Big round of applause to Risha. What did she say? To surrender to Krishna is the take home message for her. What is your take home message, Prabhu? Okay. To be kind. What is your take home message, Prabhu?
Determination.
To determination. Very wonderful. Prabhuji, what is your message? Service of Krishna. Okay, wonderful. What is your message?
Do not get disturbed in stress and happiness.
Be equiposed. Very nice. What is your message, Prabhuji? You just came, right?
Yeah.
But we summarize something for you. Last sentence. Is that a take-home message? Okay, you can think over it. Chaitanya, what is your message?
One can be a good devotee, one can develop qualities of good devotee by engaging in Krishna consciousness.
Good qualities will come if you surrender to Krishna. What is your message, Prabhuji?
We should stay same, independent of our condition. Like if we are happy, if we are sad, we should not lose our.
Faith in Krishna. Just keep on worshipping Krishna. Okay, where is Pratik Prabhu? What is your message?
Serve Krishna with your mind and
Mana Buddhi. Very nice. Very nice message. So, Man and Buddhi. So, use your all intelligence and mind for service of Krishna. Very nice. Prabhuji? Same, no copy paste allowed. Okay, you want some time, you can think, okay? Next to you, Prabhuji, what is your take home message? You want some time? You need some time for digestion? Okay. Okay, what is your take home message, Trish?
Do not feel superior.
Ego. Ego means you mean to say? Very nice actually. So, nirmama means not to be egoistic. Okay, Prabhuji here. Prabhuji, are you awake?
yeah,
Yeah.
saying develop good qualities to be a good devotee.
Yes, very nice. So you should develop good qualities. That is written here. One should wants to be recognized as a devotee should develop good qualifications, good qualities. Qualification doesn't mean the degree, but the good qualities. Very nice message. What is your message, Shivani?
Utilize your senses
Very nice, very nice. Wonderful message. We talked about Ambrish Maharaj, right? That using all the senses for service of Krishna. Jaimil bhai?
Serve Krishna with mind and intelligence.
Ah, very nice. Mataji is saying correct. Jaimil Prabhu?
Self-control and determination.
Ah, Yayatma Mana Buddhi. Yayatma. Yayatma means self control. Very nice. Controlling the senses like a turtle, right? So it is the turtle controls the senses. We control all our senses. Just like a turtle withdraws the limbs within the shell, we withdraw our senses when they are not required.
Determination and having a goal and
Ah, very nice. Satisfaction basically. Once you are determined, have a goal, then you are satisfied actually. Huh? Very nice. Prabhuji? Drada Nishchay, copy paste, correct. But that's good. That is a good message actually. Mataji just came. Yes, you have some message? Determination. That's good anyway. So there are so many good messages in Bhagavad Gita. If you really read carefully, you will get motivated actually. For determination, you need motivation. If you are not motivated, then no determination. Is that correct? How do you get motivated in your life? When you associate with the motivating factors in your life. When you associate with positivity, you get motivated. Is that right? So that is why you have to read Bhagavad Gita every single day. So every day when you get a chance, what do? You read one shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Maybe 10 minutes of your time you read Bhagavad Gita, 5 minutes you do meditation, chant, japa, like that. Okay? Thank you everyone for summarizing very nicely. I'm really happy. And we'll do now the Aarti ceremony. So let's join for the Aarti ceremony. Thank you, our friends. Parulji is saying here, she's joining us from Toronto. We'll put our faith in Krishna and Krishna will guide us through. Very nice. Thank you, Parulji, for sharing your realization. So let's do the Aarti ceremony. Before we do Aarti ceremony, I will like to make one announcement. There is Bhagavad Gita Jayanti, which we were planning initially to celebrate on 3rd of December, which is the day of Bhagavad Gita Jayanti, which is the Ekadashi. But cooking is, we have to do cooking for both the days, Saturday and Sunday. So we have decided to celebrate it on Sunday actually, so that we don't have to cook 2 days because Mataji is by herself. So we'll cook on Sunday. So we'll do a Bhagavad Gita reading on Sunday, which is 4th of December, 10 o'clock until evening 6 o'clock. Okay, so everybody please come on Sunday at 10 o'clock. We'll read all the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. So initially we were planning on Saturday, but we are changing it to Sunday. Is that okay for everyone? Or somebody has already taken a day off for Saturday? No, right? So okay, so we request everybody if you can come on Sunday, join us on Sunday, 10 o'clock, and we'll read all the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. I need somebody who can help me in reading English translation. Usually Sneha is here, so she reads English. But anybody available from 10 o'clock onwards? From here, volunteers? Anybody here who can help me in reading Bhagavad Gita? So I will read all 700 shlokas in Sanskrit. I need somebody who can translate it in English from the book. Anybody available on Sunday? Maybe you can take a turn, like somebody can help me with the first chapter, then second chapter. Anybody wants to do that? It will take hardly 15-20 minutes for one chapter, or maybe 30 minutes. Anybody available from 10 o'clock onwards, or no? No? Nobody's sure about it? Yeah. Okay. Those who are joining us online, yes, I will. You can use the same link to join. Actually, you don't have to use the separate link. I will just add the slots, and you will be able to join. So use the same link to join online Bhagavad Gita reading on Sunday, 4th of December at 10 o'clock. We'll start reading Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll join the Aarti ceremony. And I know some people might be thinking about it, their availability and timing, but if you think that you can help me in reading Bhagavad Gita, then please be part of it. Okay? It's once in a lifetime opportunity probably that you will be reading all the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita at the same time. Is that right? Or have anybody of you read 700 shlokas at the same time? Probably not. So this is the once in a lifetime opportunity. Don't miss it. You will need real encouragement to read 700 shlokas in one sitting. And that encouragement is here in Thunder Bay.